Hello, I'm Fiona Foray. I'm a volunteer for Diabetes UK. My daughter's got diabetes as well as my son. People have supported us in really hard times where we haven't had any support, and I feel it's important to give it back. I think more people should be involved with volunteering. I think you learn and you grow, and the training that gets offered to volunteers is outstanding. Personally, I find the volunteering very rewarding. It helps me deal with the diabetes that we live with every day.
My name's Elaine Clark. I volunteer for Diabetes UK because my husband was diabetic and he never heeded all the warnings to look after himself for diabetes. He had a drink, he liked a cigarette, he liked a takeaway. Unfortunately, not heeding all these warnings, he developed complications. He went blind within the 3 months and within a year was totally blind. He'd had a heart attack, he'd had strokes, many small strokes, which made him lose his speech for a while. Eventually we managed to get him to a nursing home, which was quite hard because he was only 51 and on paper he was only diabetic, it wasn't taken seriously, and he actually died 3 weeks later in the nursing home, having lost over 6 stone. Since John's death in May this year, I'd already been doing stuff with Diabetes UK, but I've done a lot more since. I want to make people much more aware of what diabetes can do. I think it's really important that volunteers come along and get involved with Diabetes UK, because actually talking about our experiences with diabetes and what we go through as patients and as families and carers, it helps everybody else to understand. And you can't learn these sort of things from a book or from a lecture. Real life experience is nothing like what it comes across on paper, and we need to tell our stories and offer our services to people like Diabetes UK to help everybody understand and get the message across.
My name's Lynn. I have a child with type 1 diabetes, passionate about supporting children with diabetes, mainly volunteer full-time practically for Diabetes UK, helping with events and helping support families with diabetes. Run a children's local group for the past 11 years where we support the whole unit, mum, dad, siblings, because brothers and sisters get left out quite a lot. Turning a child's life around with diabetes is really good, but it's also turning the family's life with diabetes around. Our paediatric diabetes nurse actually mentions that a lot of the families that regularly attend our local group are the ones that are managing the diabetes well. Yes, the nurse can give all the fantastic medical care and treatment, but we're living with it 24/7. Volunteering is a fantastic thing, and an organisation like Diabetes UK, to me, are the gold standard of looking at, and supporting the volunteers, which I think is really good.
My name is Sujit Sain, and I'm the chairman of the Luton Voluntary Group. As a part of my voluntary group, I also went to the Everest Base Camp in October 2005. To raise money for Diabetes UK, and we're very fortunate. I remember, I think the 2 groups that we went together, there was another group after me, and I believe that we have raised well over £100,000, and it was a fascinating experience, and the scenery and all that, and we were all teamwork and absolutely enjoyed every single minute of it. I with no regrets, going all that high mountains, and that was such a pleasure. I wish I could do it again. Well, I would make a difference to people, especially when I tell them I have looked after myself for so many years by keeping my blood pressure normal, my HbA1c normal, my weight normal, and at my age I have been to the Everest Base Camp, I've done all this trekking, and this is how it's helped me to keep my blood sugars. And so I tell them, being active has helped me, why don't you do it? And some have followed, some haven't. So that helps me to help them. Yeah, voluntary is worthwhile. It's voluntary benefits not only me, it benefits people with diabetes. And as long as we can help people raise more awareness, that's what it's all about.
My name is Kiki Kerwin. I'm also known in Diabetes UK as Kiki Kerwin. I am from South London currently, live in Sydenham, and originally from America. I've been in this country for about 10 years. And I'm currently working at King's College Hospital as a senior sister on a newborn intensive care unit for premature babies and ill babies. This is really my first year of volunteering. The first thing I did was a family weekend. I was very nervous, I have to say, because I work with, obviously, with children, with babies that don't speak. Yeah. And so I was really nervous about having to, deal with children that I'm just not used to. Within the first 2 hours of being there, I was perfectly at ease, and I just fell in love with the children immediately. We had a little girl, a 7-year-old, she was homesick the first day, and then she was fine. She was very quiet, but she was in our group. And she wanted to try everything desperately. She was a very positive girl, but abseiling on a 30-meter tower kind of had her a little scared. But she was the second person up to the tower, but you can only go one at a time up. Once she got up to the top, she wouldn't come down. She watched everyone else go off, go off, go off. And then finally, when we said we have to go now, she came down, and the smile on her face was absolutely priceless. You couldn't have, it was just great. I wanted to do something to make a difference because I have a lot of things to offer. I don't have a family of my own, so I have my education and my job that I do as a nurse. And I was thinking, and I'm also a type 2 diabetic that takes insulin. So I was trying to figure out a way that I could combine everything together. And then this came, and I thought, this is absolutely perfect. But I was very anxious about it at first, of course. But it didn't take long because Diabetes UK was so organized and made you feel really at ease pretty fast when you first show up for your first thing. I can't say enough about my experience. I think, as I said to you, I've just been gushing to everybody that'll listen to me about my experience because I think it's probably left the biggest impression on me of anything I've done in my life. And I've been in nursing for a long time.